Hello, everyone. So it's 8:07, and it's still somewhat light out. I hate these like summer months. I hate when it's. I love the fall and winter, especially in frickin' Texas. Like I don't really love it, but I love fall and winter that it gets darker earlier. I love that's 5:30 p.m. It gets dark. 6 p.m. It's already time to go to bed, right? Um, so I'm gonna hate this freaking summer out here. So I think this will be my last summer in Texas before I move somewhere else. And right now I got the vehicle now, so I'm just load the shit up in the car, load up my colognes, load up the remaining of my comic books. I don't collect comic books anymore. I collect graphic novels, which saved up a lot of space. So the colognes, the graphic novels, my Berserk, my figures, my basic clothing, shorts and the tank top. Now I got one pair of pants and like three dress shirts. So I can load up all that in the vehicle and take off to whatever city or state is somewhat affordable. But I'm gonna do this video on just like dating, uh, and how it's kind of more of a for the gray area man, and what that means. So let me explain. So I'm 5'8" and 1/4 inches, okay, and I got a good physique. When I'm not training for a marathon, I walk around at between 200 and 205 pounds of decent muscle. And when I do get ready for a marathon, like the San Francisco Marathon, I went down all the way to 180. I mean, I was training my butt off in this Texas heat. Okay, so and I don't ever want to say like I'm a good looking guy. I don't. I have my own like kind of like unique look. Um, and I am Italian and Puerto Rican, but I don't want to say like I'm definitely not like I mean, people will tell me that I'm. I've been told I've been handsome, but I don't know if handsome gets you like. Um, is that can we use laid? Um, you know, I'd rather be called fine than handsome. It was funny too because I was on public transportation. The last lady I was dating, uh, not her, but it was a different lady, and the lady said, I get off the public transportation, and this lady says, "Excuse me, um, can I tell you something real quick?" And she was like in her 20s, right? This lady, and she goes, I didn't know if it was gonna be good or bad. She goes, "I just want to say you have the most beautifulest calves I've ever seen." And I said, "Oh, thank you so much. I do run a lot. I do train for marathons. Especially out here in El Paso with the sidewalks. You gotta have some strong calves to absorb the impact." And I go, "But you know what? My legs aren't the best features. I do have this nice smile." And then she goes, "Yeah, you're also very handsome. Um, yeah, you're definitely a nice looking guy." But I was getting ready to date this one. Uh, you know, the recent lady. But now I don't. So people call it mog maxing, right? I don't really like that word, because I don't know if mog maxing gets you like it gets you your self respect to a certain. It gets you like so what it is like let's say like you start getting back in shape, right? Or you get in shape, so you have that self respect that you take care of yourself, and maybe you're not eating so much junk food. Once again, too, like your lifestyle, too, like let's just say you stop drinking, right? So you don't go to bars anymore. So you're not going to spend uh, that type of money. Oh, no, I'm gonna get a little bit light in here. So you're not going to spend that type of money like on bars, right? And then the type of women you're gonna be around, or if you meet, it shouldn't be women that you meet at the bars because you no longer go there. You no longer go to the bars. What else is going to happen? And then just like any women that does that, like that, do people even club anymore? But any of that immature behavior of getting drunk, it doesn't apply to you. And those drinks are expensive. So you're gonna save money if you're one of those guys that like to go out drinking. Um, and then you're gonna get a little bit of your confidence and self respect from that. But if you want to say that's called mog maxing, I don't know. Like I just try to like I wish I had my hair. I thought about letting my hair grow back and just see what how it would look. I was crowning in the not crowning, balding in the crown part of my head, not right here. Um, and there is people that they can do like SMP, like just for for the crown to make it look like you got hair. I know it's going to be a lot of gray, and I've been bald since 2000. And I buzzed all my head off in 2000 and the end of 2018. So I'm kind of used. Jesus Christ, it'd be 7 years of me being bald. It doesn't seem like it, right? My old channel, I had hair. um, Wait, I think I buzzed my head on my old channel, the end of it. But I remember from like 2013 up until 2018, I had hair. I think I didn't even did videos about how I was losing my hair. I might have to just buzz it off. Um, but who knows? I mean, there's SMP, but I heard it looks like. So I've seen some bad ones, especially out here. I know there's a guy in New York and there's another guy in LA that do they're called Micro Scalp USA, but they're on point as far as the way it looks, and I think I got the good head size for it. Um, and I know I'm kind of just rambling here, but let me explain something. Okay, so if we want to call it mog maxing, I just think just take care of yourself. Um, do you want to dress nice? I don't think dressing nice like kind of matters unless you're already attractive looking, or um, if it fits the occasion. Like when I go to church, I still wear my cloud tennis shoes. I wear jeans, and I wear like somewhat of a not a between a dress shirt and a casual shirt. I'm still comfortable even when I go to Catholic mass. So I'm not one of those people that's big on like wardrobe attire. I've really seen mostly. I got like 15 of those freaking tank tops that I wear, and like 12 of those black shorts. Right? Jesus Christ! Thank God for Amazon. Okay, so and some running shoes. So, but with my situation is, I think I've for right now, and as I'm getting older, I think I've gotten as good looking as someone with my genetics uh, can possibly be. I mean, um, I don't know. I mean, even body wise, and like I said, even my colognes. Like, can we do this? Let me see if we can do this. Mm, okay, but you see those my feet? Okay, you see those colognes up there? Yep, you saw that. And then as we go up there, there's more colognes. So, um, after seeing that, right? Uh, Damn, I got my collection going again. Jesus Christ. I'm like, oh, I'm so good. I only got like 30 bottles, and then all of a sudden I'm freaking holy shit. But I love it. My apartment smells like freaking like a Macy's. Um, Other people that have walked in say, "God damn, your cologne smells good. Your apartment smells good." It does. My apartment smells good. Okay. So what else? Finances. Okay, retired from the military. I get a pension every month. I don't go to the VA too much, like the doctors or the clinics, because um, where I'm at, they're not very good. I think they're one of the worst in El Paso, Texas. I think they're the worst. So yeah, I try not to step foot. I actually re-registered like last week just to change. Check this out. The West VA is like 12 miles from my apartment, so they sent me over there saying it's closer, which I'm like, no, it's not. The original VA is only like 5 miles from my apartment. So I went over there to the 5 mile one and said, hey, in case I need to come here, can I be just registered with here with my primary care? Can I switch over? And then they give you the run around. They said you got to go to the West VA. So I drove over there, and then they said, no, you could have done that there. And I go, well, I'm not going to argue anymore with at the VA clinics. I'm done arguing. Jesus Christ, I've had some situations arguing with VA employees. You know what it is because the military has a lot of backstabbers and just like people that want to get over. They do. Not everybody's like patriotic or like looking out for one another as claimed. Some people are, but a lot of people aren't, and those are the people you're getting with the VA. So now Okay, so I'm not a bus, right? Retired military. If I was any but a mother's son, they should be proud of me, right? So let me stand up a little bit. I don't drink alcohol, don't smoke cigarettes, don't no weed, nothing crazy. I do kind of have. Am I emotionally intelligent? Yeah, I don't lose my cool too much. I really don't. So I would say I'm emotionally intelligent. Every once in a while, you have those moments though, but no, I remain cool, as cool as I can be. They even call me Too Cool Tony. Um, I have a life somewhat. Yeah, I'm a little injured right now, or I am injured from running, but hopefully that'll heal, and I'll be me again with as far as running. No more bicycles. I actually gave my bicycle away to the maintenance man and his wife that sold me the $5,000 vehicle that runs freaking smooth. Oh God, I love that. I love that freaking car. Oh God, I love from riding bikes and being on public transportation to just to be able to do errands again. I mean, it's not even I'm not even like going for the women, like just to say like, hey, I got a vehicle. I'm not a loser. Um, that hasn't even happened yet, but I do sense there's a better feeling that I have a vehicle. Obviously, I wish it wasn't like that. I wish I could pull bitches on my bicycle, but I'm gonna talk about the gray area male. So if we're talking about looks maxing, I don't like that word. You can say like somewhat self improvement, but mostly it should be for yourself. And two, like self improvement, male, what they call it, mock maxing. You're gonna get compliments from guys, and it shouldn't be homosexuals. Like it really shouldn't be, but like just your general man is gonna respect you a lot more as long as they're not haters. Okay, if they're haters, that's a different thing. But they're gonna know, like, so even someone that's never seen you before, if they know that you're in decent shape and stuff like that, they're gonna just kind of respond to you a little bit different. That's happened to me compared to times where I wasn't in the best shape. I think it was at 2014, 16 ish. I wasn't really. I think it was like 2014 to 2017, but 2017 I started getting back in shape again. Um, but yeah, that's something that you got to look at too. It's not everything's for the women, right? It shouldn't be for the women. Not everything. I know we're sex driven people. Okay, so another thing too is with me is I think I fall into like a gray area. Like there's always like was it Charles Bronson, and they said in his younger days, right? Charles Bronson was actually a built guy and pretty masculine, and he said they said they don't know if Charles Bronson's uh, an ugly attractive guy or attractive guy that's kind of ugly. Like there's a and I don't know if I fall into Charles Bronson when he was younger. And you've seen how muscular and shaped, he's like a bodybuilder, right? Um, because you go in these gray areas, right? So you do well, like you get attention from women. I do get attention from women, even women in their 20s, especially. But I'm not big on dating women in their 20s. Like, well, it hasn't really happened, but I don't. There's something I prefer a woman to be in her 30s and 40s, closer to my age. But now you get this like carrot dangling at times. So if someone's like hideous, like just disgusting, there's no hope for them. Maybe they got some retardation going. Okay, retardation shit going on. It sucks, but they're out of the dating market. Maybe hopefully they've accepted it. I know, and I can't even say like I'd accept it, right? Um, that's why I don't like these dating coaches. It's always like if someone has like Down syndrome, unless they get with another like lady with Down syndrome, or just I don't know. I get in this vehicle and a goddamn semi truck, rips out like my entire head. I'm pretty much a disfigured, with no legs or something. It should be over for me as far as dating, right? Um, regardless of what motivation quotes you read or listen to. So with the gray area, it's like you know how many close calls I've had, like where it was just so close, but it just never happened. Even before the teachers that I was dating, before her, there was another lady, the one that wanted me to chase her, the one that wanted me to. She kept like she'd see me running and just give me dirty looks. I ended up blocking her because I thought she was playing games. Okay, so with that situation, I was already saying like this is in the bag. The way she's talking to me, the way she's flirting with me, the way she's, um, texting me certain things like Tony, I'm very affectionate. I just want to give you a bunch of cuddles, um, all types of things, right? You know, we can't talk, we can't meet up for this weekend, but soon we will. She's leading me on, right? So that's what I'm saying. So as a gray area man, right? Where and let me go finances, right? I don't have an expensive habit. Colognes can kind of be, but like there's so many good flankers out now, like clones and things that even for inflation, the price of colognes have dropped for because there's so many good uh, clones that are similar or even better than the original um, cologne niche brands and designers. So yeah, definitely colognes are cheaper now than it was back in 2013, 14, 15, all the way up. So no, it's a good time to collect colognes. But so what it is she did everything. Like she was one that kind of was more aggressive to me when she met me. Um, and then as we were talking, she was like on fire. Like we were both on fire for each other. I know, well, obviously, what started was her lack. She only wanted to communicate through text. I'm like, okay, she's over, and she sent me some text that was kind of confusing. I go, okay, she's starting shit, and then she wouldn't let me call her on the phone. Like we can be texting, and I said, okay, let me call you so I can get a clearer understanding. Wouldn't let me call. Wouldn't answer, which was weird, right? Try talking to a bunch of guys, or she's got her man with her. So I end up blocking her, and then so like gray area, you get into the door, right? So someone that's really ugly wouldn't even get a chance, right? My gray area got me in the door just to get played, and then I got a blocker, and then now I'm dealing with her female bullshit. We end up running into each other, and she freaking let me have it. Um, okay, another situation is after her. There was a lady that saw me in the gym. She sought me out. She left her number at the because she wasn't going to go there anymore. She's on a week pass for free. She told the gym guy, the gym attendant, hey, the Italian Puerto Rican guy. I got the Italian flag and the Puerto Rican flag on my shoulder blades, and she goes, "Hey, can I have his number?" And then he says, "We're not allowed to give numbers out." And she goes, "Okay, wait, can you give him mine?" And then he put my number, her number in my little folder. Like the gym members have a folder. And then he told me, "Hey Tony, remember that lady with the big butt, the Mexican lady?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "There's her number." I texted her. Boom. That day, she ends up calling me. We talked for hours, like multiple every day. We talked for hours. We ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend for like 2 months. Okay, and then, but like I said, the breakup was pretty quick. Came in hard, came in fast. We left hard. Right? Is that because I'm a gray area male? I don't know. So what it is you have some success, but okay, so people think, okay, oh yeah, it's about just getting their attention, women's attentions, getting them engaged, right? But then it's like, what do you do now? So like getting them to smile at you, getting them to talk to you, and hopefully they're not using you, right? Or just getting them to flirt with you or notice you. Okay, that's game one of the World Series, right? And you forget, no, there's game two, game three, game four of the World Series. You still got to win 3 games, or maybe you think like with a woman, it's usually always like for at least with me, it's always like you start off behind, right? So they're up 3 games to 0. You win 1 game, okay, with the female gaze, and then maybe they're a little bit initiative with how they like you, but you forget that, oh, I'm down one. I won the game, but I'm still down 1 game to 3. To their 3, I need to win 3 games in a row. So you forget the other shit you got to do now. Entertain them. You're gonna go out on dates. Um, It's the power dynamics, how they play games to see who's in charge. Like these power games, these mind games, these power games, right? And then are you going to block them? Because everything says no. You once they start playing games and you just met them, and there's no really investment put into them other than like maybe like disappointment. You can block them and move on. But are you able to block them? Because maybe you've been dry for a long time without even just female companionship. Just talking to a female. Even holding hands. It's not even you're not even getting to the sex part yet. Are you going to able to use your red pill wits and catch the red flags and that too? There's a problem with those red flags too because not all are red flags, and if you're going to just red flag everything from a woman, the dating life is you're not going to have anyone to date for the most part. Um, so yeah, all these are just the great what it is when you meet someone, right? So the lady before the teacher that we actually dated, I was like, hold on here, man, something's not right. I feel like I'm almost begging her for her to go out with me, even though she was very. What it is she ended up pulling back. Okay, I was getting these texts. She was saying nice things one morning, and then it got kind of weird. Like one day, she said, "Good night, my Italian Puerto Rican." I went to bed. And then the next day, I said, hey, I just want to start off my morning saying good morning to you. How you're doing, gorgeous. I was saying all the nice stuff, and then so that was at like 9:30, and then I said that's good morning, gorgeous. Blah, blah. Like I said like two or three sentences, right? And then I get a message at 12:30, almost 1 o'clock, saying good morning. No, no, nothing. No nice emoji. No nothing. Right? Not good morning, Tony. I always said her name like good morning, Judy. Right? So, so then I was just trying to get her involved. Send her a couple of texts here, and then I'm getting one word responses. What does that mean? Word responses, and they're delayed. So then I just said, hey, I I asked her, I asked Judy, I go, how many pounds do you think I weigh? Because I was at the gym. I showed her a picture of my of the scale, and then she said 200. I go, oh, you got it right. Okay, I got to get you a prize. So just joking with her, and then I didn't hear nothing from the rest of the day. So I waited longer than this. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, nope. If she doesn't text back or at least makes any effort, I'm blocking her. So Judy got blocked, bitch got blocked, and then when she saw me coming back from the San Francisco Marathon, she gave me the dirty looks and all that bullshit. So yeah, you got to deal with a lot of shit. Like after the woman makes some type of interest or shows some interest, um, it's not over. Where just a regular ugly motherfucker, like if someone was like 5'1", 5'2" guy, and he's just like, nah, it's over for me. He might be in a better situation at times. 'Cause but I wouldn't want to be in this situation either. Like, but I've seen guys that don't do good. I've actually seen guys that seem somewhat happy that they're not chosen. I don't know, unless they are unhappy. But I've seen that. I've seen guys saying like they've accepted that it's game over. Um, so with me, I'm sure I'll have some successes. Um, Especially now, I at least got a basic car to get around. But yeah, that's what the gray area man gets exposed to. It's almost it sucks. Um, because you're not in that super. It's not like, I'm over 6 feet tall and I got perfectly clear skin and I got my hair and I make what, six figures. I make decent income for where I live at. Um, Even Vegas, I think I can still afford a nice one bedroom apartment and live comfortably. Hopefully that vehicle lasts. Um, but we'll see. But I'm not that strong 6 figure male. I'm not that where I own businesses or I have one of those like those lifestyles, right? So yeah, that's the gray area male. That's what you go through. Talk to you later. Bye bye.